house for those predictions about the Tea Parties and the tax revolts and find out what is next for our country. Congratulations, you made those predictions. People can find them online, us talking about that. I mean, you didn't necessarily say Tea Party, that it was going to be called the Tea Party, but these tax revolts and the revolt against the bigger government led to creation of this movement called the Tea Party.
We called it the Coalition of the Cash-Strapped, and we said that back in 2007. So it was when Bush was president. We're political atheists. We don't say, we don't take sides on this. And this is just the beginning. You look what's going on. Everyone knows about the government debt. What is it, $42,000 per person? They're never going to pay it off. They're going to increase taxes. States, what are they? In fiscal 2011, that begins in July of this year, $200 billion in the red. They're going to raise taxes. This has nothing to do with right wing, left wing. As a Bronx guy, my saying is when people lose everything and they have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And people are losing it. And these government officials seem not to either get it or care.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you talk about that, the people are mad against Democrats and Republicans, in particular Democrats recently, but the Tea Party movement is saying, look, we want fiscal conservatives. We want people to stop spending our money, our grandkids' money, well, our kids' money and then grandkids' money. Let's talk about health care because, this is big in the news right now. This is raising taxes. This is something that people, the majority of people, do not want and feel the government is intruding in their lives too much.
The merger of state and corporate powers, according to Mussolini, was called fascism. You look at what's happened to it's not, let's get this clear, just to put it on the record.
Okay.
This is not a capitalistic society. It's over. Look at the bailouts, AIG, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac,
and now
Chrysler, General Motors, now healthcare. They're just taking another piece of the action. They took a piece of the education action. Look at the real estate market. Who's running the real estate show? If FHA wasn't giving out the loans, there'd be no real estate market. If Fannie and Freddie weren't backing them,
the Federal Reserve,
it wouldn't be there. Exactly.
The Federal Reserve just saying today that it's going to stop buying the mortgage-backed securities from Freddie and Fannie after it already owns countless billions and trillions. The government is the biggest mortgage maker out there.
And they're in the military business. You put them all together, they got the whole market wrapped up. I've narrowed down to what's going on in America into 6 simple words. Princeton, Harvard, Yale, bullets, bombs, and banks. That's the business that they're in. And they're running the show.
So Wall Street is running Washington.
Wall Street's hijacked Washington. We all know the names and the faces. There was Henry Paulson. There was Robert Rubin. It's all the Harvard, Princeton, Yale, bullets, banks, and bombs crew. And their
future. I want to know what you think about all this, what your reaction was when you saw what was happening, not only in Greece, but with the stock market here in the United States and around Europe.
We're trend forecasters. Our job is to look ahead before the events occur. So none of this comes as a surprise. Those who have heard me on Russia TV for these many, many months have heard our warnings of the crash of 2010. And we were saying this while other people were saying that the economy is rebounding. It's not rebounding. We said it was the bailout bubble, and the bailout bubble would burst. And that's what we're seeing happening. Greece is merely the canary in the economic mine shaft. It's the wake-up call for more of what's to come.
Well, Mr. Celente, we're talking about Greece. This is a small country, and it's undeniable the impact that its debt crisis has had around the world. But this is just one day. Certainly we were in the midst of an economic recovery. There's no denying that there were signs pointing in the right direction, signs that were lasting more than one day, signs that were lasting months. Isn't it possible that this is just going to be a little hiccup?
You mean you're talking about those green shoots that they were promising a while ago? No, it's a cover-up. They've dumped every country around the world, the United States, the UK, all of Europe, China, India, Japan, South Korea. Name the country. They've been dumping trillions of dollars of so-called stimulus money. They've been taking in the bad assets of the banks and financiers and loaning out more money again. They built the bigger bubble. The bubble is bursting. Greece is just a symptom of what's more to come.
What you expect is next. I mean, if, as you say, this bubble is bursting, what's next?
The crash of 2010. That's our forecast that we came out with in the Trends Journal on January 13th of this year. And we're sticking with it. We're saying that the world markets will have gone through a severe economic crash before 2011 begins. And we're going to see country after country go through this kind of turmoil. Again, this is only a cover-up. You cannot keep printing all this fake money. Look what happened to gold. Current events form future trends. Gold prices went up $34 today. People around the world are going to be bailing out of their fiat currencies and getting into the real hard currency of gold. And by the way, there are many connections that are going to happen. As you start seeing more and more countries face the turmoil of Greece, there's going to be a lot of political instability worldwide.
Well, I'm wondering, I mean, you talk a little bit about gold. I mean, what, if you had to give somebody advice about what to do, somebody that really wanted to make the right move, living here in the United States, about their money, what would you say?
Well, number one, I think you have to be out of your mind to invest in the stock market. It's a rigged game. Look what happened today when the stocks dropped 700 points in 15 minutes. You know how many people got blown out of the market? And what do they attribute it to? Dark pools, high-frequency trading, insider trading. I think you have to take no risk at all. When you take risk, you gamble. To me, what I do personally, I'm only advocating it for myself. I have 80% of my assets in gold. The cash that I have, I hedge between dollars, US dollars, and Canadian dollars. One goes up, the other one goes down. To me, it's about wealth preservation. Greece, Portugal, Ireland, Spain, the Ukraine, Latvia, Italy. Go around the globe. You're going to start seeing the defaults on sovereign debts. There is no safe risk to take. When you take a risk, you gamble. No time to gamble now.
In New York was telling us there are a lot of reports coming out in terms of today's massive drop on Wall Street that it's possible it may have been a user error. Somebody entered a B instead of an M, billion instead of million. What do you think that this is possible?
You know, I mean, these systems, it's not one guy making a little mistake. No, the system is so rigged. This is what we're trying to say. Where things are going on that people have no idea about. Oh, they call it a fat finger that hit a B instead of an M. Come on, let's grow up about this. It's bigger than that. The systems are collapsing.